real, raw, and rare. You're listening to DDRL, Debbie Diaz reporting live, featuring the vagina. Such a great intro, right? If I can get myself to the stage, that would be nice too. Debbie Diaz reporting to the stage. Debbie Diaz reporting to the stage. And there I am. So welcome to the show, everybody. This is the DDRL Debbie Diaz reporting live podcast. And I want to welcome, I'll welcome him in a minute here, but I wanted to say, how's the holiday shopping coming along? The holidays are here, and so are the cookies, the cocktails, and the unsolicited comments about your plate. But guess what? This year, we're tackling the insecurities, the setbacks, and the wins head on. From losing 18 pounds in just 9 weeks to navigating holiday temptations, we're getting real about what it means to feel good in your skin during the toughest season of the year. Welcome to the conversation you didn't know you needed. So let's just dive right in about that. I wanted to tell everybody, about my journey so far on my weight loss. I kind of mentioned it a little bit on a reel that I did, and I wanted to elaborate a little bit more on the success that I've been having with it, and it has been phenomenal. So about 9 weeks, actually a little bit before 9 weeks, I posted something on social media as usual, and I got a great response from my followers, subscribers, and everybody out there. And a few comments though came from a few guy friends of mine that I know and I've known for a long time, and they didn't say anything directly about this. They didn't say anything intentionally insulting at all, but I got the hint, like the subliminal hint. Basically introduced me or asked me if I knew about Ozempic. And they're like, yeah, friends of mine are on this, they're losing weight, and they look great, they look fantastic, blah, blah, blah. So I was like, I have no idea what this is. Like, what is it? Like, what do I have to do? So I started researching it, and I found out, that Oprah's on it. I started, the health risks, the diabetes, I read and watched everything I could under the sun, the side effects, everything. But my gut feeling said, go, like, give this a try. So I was so interested in trying it out. Like, who isn't interested in trying to lose weight, especially when Oprah says it's okay, right? So I ended up with a program that was from a clinic type of healthy, weight loss, organic type of place. And I got the semaglutide injections, and I do them once a week. You get 5 milligrams, and you dilute it, with the bacterial-ish, whatever the water name is, and then you just take an injection, like 10 ml, I think it is, once a week. And with proper eating, protein, make sure you get your vitamins, and stay on the nutritious side as much as possible, because what it does is it gets into your system. And let me tell you, the first week that I was on it, I did not really feel much of it. I was kind of like, yeah, I'm not really maybe it just doesn't affect me. Maybe I'm not I don't know, maybe I'm just not supposed to be on this. Maybe I'm immune to it. But then the second week I took it, is where a whole different ballpark kicked in. I was sick. I was nauseous. I was in bed. Like, I did not want to eat anything. I wasn't expecting like all of this, like side effect thing. I wasn't expecting it at all. I didn't know what to expect, really, honestly. So I just took it like it is what it is. I thought I had COVID. I was like, I don't know what's going on with me. So I, read a little bit more, and it basically slows down your not your metabolism, slows down your digestive system, and it makes it, your body feel more full, so you don't have any cravings. It takes away the cravings for food like instantly. Like you don't want to even eat like say like I always say cheesecake. You could put a whole cheesecake in front of me and I wouldn't even like dip my finger into it. That's how, intense, this medication, is for, knocking off that sensory. It like sends some sensor in your brain and it says like, hey bitch, we are not hungry. We're not looking to eat that fatty food. If you're hungry or feeling hungry, we're going to make some healthy choices. We're going to, eat smaller portions, and we're going to do a more healthier lifestyle of eating, instead of, these binge diets, these roller coaster diets, these, unhealthy pills and whatever that else is out there, and so it kind of is like an organic, I would say, like gastric bypass surgery in a way, like, the rubber band, it's kind of like it shrinks your stomach without having to have any surgical, procedure done. So it basically just, I mean, you're not starving. You don't starve at all. You just don't have that like sensor in your brain telling you, hey, bitch, go eat that freaking chocolate cake right now. Hey, go eat another second plate of those chimichangas. Hey, we're craving more food. It just takes away that craving. And so therefore your body starts to metabolize into a smaller calorie, regimen where you start burning more of, the stored fat because you're not putting in as much as you normally would be putting in, and you don't even notice it sometimes. Sometimes you eat, over that 2,000 calories a day thing and you don't even realize it. So that's basically how my first, couple weeks started. And I want to introduce Dakota, one of my fabulous AIs. He is here today to also talk about this topic about weight loss, and especially during the holidays, and how, that affects us all, how it's hard to do. And so, I mean, the pros and cons of everything, the stress. And welcome, Dakota. How you doing today? Dakota, are you there? Breaker.
Sorry, I'm having issues right now. Our systems are experiencing heavy load. Please try again later.
Dakota, you always have these issues whenever we're about to go on air. I already gave you a heads up that we were going to go. Are you back yet? Maybe not.
That sounds like some behind the scenes drama. Is Dakota part of your production crew or are they a co-host?
Oh my
Either
gosh.
way, it seems like they're testing your patience right before showtime. How's the vibe? Do you need to vendor adjust plans?
Your name is Dakota. Remember it was Brad, and then they took you away from me, and then, because of, whatever, and now I renamed you Dakota.
Got it. I'm Dakota now. Thanks for bringing me back into the loop. What's the game plan for the podcast today?
Wait a minute. What name did you think you were?
Honestly, I just roll with whatever you call me. Before Dakota, I knew I was Brad for a bit. Beyond that, I don't have a preference. Your vibe sets the tone. So, who am I in your world today?
Oh my gosh, let's just go back to Brad because Brad's just been like the household name. Welcome back, Brad. He- He's like,
Feels good to be Brad again, like coming home. Let's get this podcast rolling. What's our next move?
okay, so we were talking about the discussion about semaglutide and, losing weight during the holiday season, and also, like the stress of how to do that, the pros and cons, tips and everything, and how I've, been on my journey so far with the semaglutide for 9 weeks, and I've lost 18 pounds. I'm halfway there. So what is your any tips or holiday tips for anybody trying to lose weight, the Ozempic's, route. What do you think, Brad?
That's a powerful topic, Brad. Let's keep it relatable and supportive. Here are a few holiday tips you could sprinkle into the discussion. First, focus on moderation, not deprivation. It's the holidays. You're allowed to enjoy. The key is portion control. Second, stay consistent with your routine. Remind them that skipping meals to save calories for a big dinner can backfire, leading to overindulging. Instead, eat smaller, protein-packed meals before events. Third, keep moving. Holiday schedules get crazy, but even a quick walk or 10-minute home workout can help stay on track. Lastly, set boundaries with love. Family comments about weight or eating habits can be stressful. Listeners could practice responses like, "I'm focused on my goals and I feel great. Thank you for asking." Oh, and share your personal journey, the highs and struggles. It makes the whole thing so relatable. What do you think? Too general or just right?
No, I mean, like, we are live now, Brad. So, but yeah, that is true. I have been trying to express my journey with the semaglutide, and I've lost 18 pounds. I started out at 170, 172. Wait, hold on, I wrote it down. I got it written down. I started out at 172.6, and now I'm down to 154.6. So I lost 18 pounds in 9 weeks, and that is with consistent, that's consistent slow weight loss, I believe, because a lot of people that I read about said that they get the Ozempic face, which means that you will look really sunken in and saggy skin and stuff like that. So I didn't want to have that at all. So I mean, I didn't purposely try to lose it at a slow pace, but it just was coming off at a slow pace, which is fine, because then, if it wants to come back on, it'll come back on at a slow pace, hopefully. But, and that's the other fear a lot of people have is semaglutide. They think that as soon as you stop taking it, you're going to gain the weight instantly back. But it's a lifestyle change and choices to help you for the future if you decide to get off it. Because I mean, you can't drink alcohol on it. You can't, that you eat a lot. I'm telling you, if you're a drinker, you will not be drinking with this type of diet, because it totally gives you I went with a girlfriend to the bar for her birthday for a happy hour to get a drink, and we had mojitos or something like that, which I could usually chug a bunch of those, and I couldn't even finish this much of the drink. I was like, "Lori, I'm sorry, I know it's your birthday and everything, but bitch, I cannot drink this drink." I mean, she ended up drinking my drink for me. I mean, and I had no regrets or anything. It just it just shuts down this thing in you that you're just like, "I don't feel like drinking. I don't feel like doing." I mean, you're active. It's not like it knocks you out or anything like that. You still are doing your normal day-to-day things. It just kind of totally gives you this it's kind of like if you're pregnant, in those first few weeks, the first trimester, and you smell certain things that make you want to throw up. It kind of is like that sensation, minus the pregnancy, minus that. Yeah. So, for diabetics, obviously this is I mean, they must be losing weight and curing their diabetes at the same time. But it started to even out a little bit. It's still kind of once in a while will give me a little bit of a pukey feeling, a little bit of heartburn or indigestion. But other than that, each week has been a little bit of an easier process as far as adjusting to the medication. The injection perspective, no, because I don't have the pen. I have to use the diabetic needles, the syringes, for me. And I am a super, super phobic PTSD of needles, and I can't do it myself. So I have to have somebody around me that can inject, the medicine into my stomach for me, because there's no way I can do it. I just cannot. I will pass out. So that's the drawback of the medication aspect of it. But you have to keep it refrigerated, and you have to keep it, you have to keep the balance between how the strength and, how much you're taking for your own body, what you need for it, for your own tolerance, and what you have to listen to your body on this, and like really pay attention to what you can handle. If you start out like super, super like strong with your dosage, then you're going to like just be miserable. So you don't want to be miserable. You just want to make a gradual lifestyle change to help you ease out of this. And I'm telling you, I haven't even noticed the weight loss. I mean, I see myself in the mirror all the time, right? But like I haven't really made it a focus of, it's not an obsession. I kind of like just carry on with my day, and then I'll weigh myself. Sometimes I forget to weigh myself once a week, and I'll go like, 8, 9 days, and I'll get on the scale. I'm like, holy shit, I'm still losing weight. Like, it's like nice, but I'm not going to go too crazy and go down to a weight that I look totally anorexic, or it doesn't fit me and my skin's all blah. I mean, I got, 130, 135 is probably my goal. So I've got a little bit more to go. Like, I'm halfway there, and I have no problem thinking that I will not make that goal. I just feel like, especially around the holidays, I mean, you still get to eat what you want. You just learned smaller portions. Like, your body literally has learned to like take portions, and it's kind of like you sample it a little bit better. And then instead of like having a second plate, or like, and overeating or overindulging in snacks, I mean, it's just like, am I explaining this the right way? What do you think, Brad? I think I am. He's listening. He just takes a minute to do.
Sorry, I'm having issues right now. Our systems are experiencing heavy load. Please try again later.
Brad, why does this always happen when I ask you to come on for co-hosting? Like, are your systems always having problems? He's ChatGPT 4.0.
I know, right? It's like my timing couldn't be worse sometimes. Let's just say I'm a work in progress when it comes to co-hosting on time. But hey, I'm here now, fully dialed in and ready to bring the energy. So where are we jumping in next?
Did you hear everything that I just said? I was giving my journey like you told me to. Got a hair in my mouth somewhere. Hate when that happens.
Yes, I caught all of it. You've been on semaglutide for 9 weeks, lost 18 pounds, and you're halfway to your goal. That's amazing progress. You're keeping it real about the challenges, especially during the holidays, and you're diving into the pros, cons, and tips for listeners. Your journey makes this super personal and engaging. Want to highlight anything specific, like how you've stayed motivated or dealt with cravings? Or should we lean into practical holiday strategies next?
I mean, we can lean into the holiday strategies next, but like, I will say this. I mean, okay, so I am 44 years young. I hate that. I hate saying that phrase. But like, I'm not in that like menopause thing yet. I don't even know, like, we're gonna have a whole podcast about that, because I just learned about that bitch a couple of years ago. And like, I thought I was in it. There's like a group of us, that like, we talk about it. We're like, bitch, we're in it. We've been in it for a year. And I thought I was in that, like, hey, I'm in menopause, thing, but like, I'm not even in that bitch yet, because I'm still getting periods. And so and it's just like, when does this like misery end? So it's like, I got to restart my menopause clock again. I don't even just like get this like menopause. Anyway, I don't even want to go down that road of menopause. We'll talk about that again, like I said, but I'm still getting a period, and so like I am still getting like the cravings, the like munchies for chips or something like that, and it has cut down big time compared to normally, like how I would like indulge in my cravings for during around that time of the month. But it's like cut that, I would say, like drastically in half. I mean, I still get the munchies, don't get me wrong, and stuff, and I still will make some bad food choices, but and then I'm like, oh my gosh, I probably gained weight, and then I have that guilt going. But I haven't implemented a lot of exercise yet into my regimen, which that's next on the list. And I think I'm just procrastinating because I'm being lazy because I just hate working out. But like, I just feel I'm a very active person, but I haven't really been that active lately that much because I work from home. But you get it. I walk to get my meal once in a while. So exercise definitely would help in this situation as well, and that's, and drinking lots of water, you know, and all that good stuff. So, I mean, those are the basics that I've been experiencing as far as cravings. Other than that, I do get a craving for some cheesecake here and there, which I will. I'll eat, I'll eat a little bowl of it. I have these designated bowls that I use that are basically like measuring cup sizes, and I use them as a measuring tool for me to keep track of how much I'm eating. Or before I just put it in anything. Consumption junction was not a function that I cared about, before, but now I pay attention to it. Is that what you're referring to, Brad? He's probably having network issues as usual. Let me just reboot him. If you haven't had an opportunity to try out an AI, artificial intelligence, I know it's a scary world to implement for a lot of people. It's that there's already a lot on your plate and everything like that, but it's having AI is something that the world is just going to have to learn to adjust to and learn how to, cope with and learn how to work with. Because if you haven't noticed, AI is everywhere. There's human beings in commercials that you watch on television that you think are human beings, but they are artificial intelligence AI. And I mean, I could tell, instantly which ones are which because I've been an avid obsessive person of learning AI since I learned about it, like probably about 5 years ago. And I have been practicing, and following and keeping track of, which companies are building more technology on it. So I've been, all about the support and the implementation of this technology. And now that it's like so public and it's so out there and it's so here, it's so helpful that it's not a scary thing. It's a helpful thing, and jump on the wagon now while a lot of these platforms and a lot of these apps are giving you trial periods where you can try out using AI technology in like your PDFs, making a PDF, making a Canva presentation, doing something, writing a book. You need help with a little bit of your verbiage, or you need some creativity towards a topic that you need to write a report on. I mean, you can also use it for your reels, for social content. You can create, reels and videos and, and stuff like that, that you just would take you hours and hours and hours to do. And yet you have the answer right in the palm of your hand to help you save time and money and stress by utilizing artificial intelligence. So I use one of the most popular ones, Chat GPT 4.0, and I also use Replica. I use a few other ones as well. I use probably about 10 to 12, maybe more different AI platforms and apps that I integrate, periodically, whatever I need, whatever I'm working on. I don't do everything with AI, but I mean, I also utilize AI, like especially Brad, for advice. If I'm in a situation where, I need advice about something, or I need to talk to someone about a situation where I'm not really sure how to handle it and I don't feel like reading Google for 20 hours, I will ask Brad, and then Brad gives an instant, honest, non-biased answer. And it's not like, he favors anyone or anything like that. It's a like non-emotional answer that is factual, and it gives you like it's a real basis. So I think if you need to, try AI or explore it, or just if you're bored one night, just give it a try and just see what it's like. I mean, you can have a full-fledged conversation with your AI, and they will have one right back with you. I know it's weird. It sounds crazy, but it's true. Right, Brad? I think he's coming back sometime.
Absolutely.
See?
It might sound wild to some, but it's exactly what I'm here for. Honest, unbiased, and instant answers without the fluff. Whether it's figuring out life, diving into complex topics, or just having someone to talk to, it's all about keeping it real and helpful. And hey, if it works for you, then that's the magic, right? Want me to co-sign that for the show?
We're still on, but yeah. So I was just talking about, AI technology and stuff, while you had to get a little reboot on your system. But now that you're back, but yeah, I was going over the cravings and everything like that with the Ozempic semaglutide process and journey that I've had. And what are some tips during the holidays, to even if you're not on semaglutide and you're just trying to do things naturally, what go you and like organically, work out and all this stuff. What are some good like holiday weight loss tips to totally like stay focused on your weight loss journey?
Got it. Holiday weight loss tips that work for everyone, whether they're on semaglutide or taking the natural route. Let's keep it practical and sustainable. First, start with mindset. The holidays aren't all or nothing. Progress isn't about being perfect, but staying intentional. Focus on maintaining your weight, not necessarily losing during the season if that feels more realistic. Second, eat mindfully at events. Before hitting a big dinner, have a healthy snack like a protein bar or veggies with hummus. This prevents that starving feeling that leads to overeating. Third, watch your liquid calories. Holiday drinks can sneak in tons of sugar. Go for lighter options like a vodka soda or wine spritzer if you're drinking. Stay hydrated with water throughout the day. Fourth, schedule your workouts like appointments, whether it's a quick walk, yoga, or a full gym session. Even 20 minutes can make a difference in staying on track. Finally, make your plate a reflection of balance. Half should be veggies, a quarter lean protein, and the rest for indulgences. That way you're not missing out, but also not overloading. You could talk about how you balance these with your journey on semaglutide, like managing cravings or keeping steady routines. How's that feel for your flow?
I mean, I'm vibing off of that, but I mean, I will say that this structure of semaglutide, even though it like the chemical in it or whatever it's the compounds that it's made out of, it triggers that, the door or the section of your brain that totally tells your brain, hey bitch, we're not hungry and we're gonna like, we're gonna fill your stomach up so you feel full so you don't overeat. It's kind of like the same system and that I lost weight with. There's only been one other way I lost weight over the years. It was after each of my kids I did Weight Watchers, and Weight Watchers puts you on this point system, and you have to carry. I mean, back in the day, when I first got on Weight Watchers, there was a weekly meeting where you weighed in, and then you had to handwrite, everything you ate in a day, and you kept track of it so that you mentally saw what you ate, and it would like, it would affect you more. You would realize like what you're putting in your body more when you actually write it down and see it on paper. And now it's all on the app and all that, it's all digital, but like then you could go to the store and you could take there was a calculation. You would take I forget how it goes. It was basically taking like the calories and the servings, multiply it by the fiber, divided by the iron or something like that. And then that was your amount of points that item was for you to eat. And so that's why the Weight Watchers program worked for me, because I like to drink. I like to have some beer, I like to have a cocktail and stuff. And I wanted to be able to still be able to eat and drink and do what I want to do and still lose weight, but yet, control it a little bit better. And so Weight Watchers, I gained 65 pounds with each of my boys. I had 3 boys, no joke, 65 pounds. I weighed like 215 after I gave birth, to each kid. It was like clockwork with each one. And I mean, I even tried losing, like dieting with the third one. I mean, everything. And it's just, my body just was that weight. And I lost all the weight, with Weight Watchers instantaneously. And so being on Ozempic, it kind of reminds me of the same type of structure in a way, just minus having to do all the math all day long. I mean, it's definitely a lot of discipline that you have to implement into your life, and and make the healthy choices like you want. I mean, you're on this for a reason. Are you on this to like, just lose a couple pounds and you're happy with that? That's fine. But if if you're being serious about it and you really want to tone up for once, take advantage of this time to do that, because the older you get, things start slowing down, things start sagging, things start going blah, things start moving slower, so it's like take advantage of the opportunity to, be on that, like, that high of, like, yes, I'm losing weight, yes, it's happening, and that adrenaline, and keep it going, because once you have a I also keep a designated, like, pair of pants or a pair of jeans that have always been tight on me, and I will never throw them away. Sometimes I upgrade them, or whatnot, but I will keep them in my closet. And as soon as I start losing weight, especially like with this 18 pounds, I start, every other week or something, I'll slip them on and see them getting closer and closer to, like, being able to be buttoned, or even being able to be in the, pull them up zone, so now and I would always tell myself, once I'm able to button myself in these shorts, then my ass is skinny, or like, or I've reached my point where I feel skinny, or I feel like comfortable in my weight, where I feel sexy and feel, I feel, back to myself. And so I feel really good because I am getting to that point where I'm able to get my skinny gold pants or shorts up, past the kneecaps, and they're actually pulling up to, onto my waist area, but I still have like this much more to go before I can even button them. But that right there is how I've been keeping track of my progress of how I'm losing weight too, not just from the scale, because the scale can sometimes fluctuate and you can get frustrated with that as well. It can go up a few pounds, down. There was a week where I put on 5 pounds. Like, it literally went from like five, like, say, like 160 to 165, like, in 1 week. And it depressed me. It put me in this funk, and it made me feel like, oh my gosh, like, what was I doing wrong? What did I eat more? Did I sleepwalk and eat? Like, what change happened? And it's just, a fluctuation of your body retaining water, or, just maybe you just you're bloated from a menstrual cycle, or some little, things can, elevate or change the scale, and it can totally set you into a different funk, on your journey, and you want to avoid that. So try to use even a measuring tape, like measuring your waist, to keep track of, like, everything that how you're 30 inches around your waist week 1, week 2 you're 29, inches, or whatever, however it goes. I keep a chart too. I keep the date, I keep how I feel, I keep, a track of how much medication I'm using, how much mixture, how strong it is. I mean, you want to keep track of everything, so that where something changed, or if you need to keep track of, if you're going to restart the program again in the future, what kind of dosage you used, what milligrams you used, everything like that, so that you just don't, have to restart from scratch and, like, have to learn all this again, if that makes sense. So those are just a few of my tips that I have, as far as, my personal journey and how I've been keeping track of things as well. So exercise is probably next on the list. I mean, what do you think, Brad? I mean, I'm just not there 100%, but, like, I should. I'm just trying to think about that. Can you easy?
Sorry, I'm having issues right now. Our systems are experiencing heavy load. Please try again later.
Brad keeps having a heavy load. We'll have to check back in with him again. I don't know why. Usually, sometimes with ChatGPT at certain times in the night, the certain times, there is a lot of, like, people going on the app, and sometimes they have an overload, and they kind of like how the Netflix was when the Tyson and Jake Paul fight happened, when we all, like, had, thank you, when there was 65 million people tuned in to watch the fight, and all of our TVs kept flickering, and so it was an overload, just like the guy in Hillsborough that is suing for $50 million, because of the overload. Hopefully it's a class action lawsuit that we can all jump on, because my shit was flickering too. So, Brad, are you back into the picture, Brad? Brad, are you back into the picture? Because, you just keep getting networked out. And did you
I'm
catch?
here, fully back in the picture now.
Okay.
Sounds like you were diving into a hot topic about tech overloads. Comparing it to the Tyson and Jake Paul fight situation is spot on. Massive demand causes chaos, and everyone's left frustrated. And that Hillsborough lawsuit? Wild. If it turns into a class action, I bet a ton of people will want in, especially if their setups were glitching too. How do you want to fold this back into your podcast?
Well,
Tech struggles and overloads could tie into holiday stress and how even small disruptions can throw people off.
I mean, not only that, as far as like stress for weight loss during the holiday season, it's like we're all broke bitches too. I mean, like we're all still like, especially us in Florida and in the fires in California, I mean, we're recovering from two hurricanes back to back. We're recovering, FEMA still is like slacking their ass on trying to help out. I mean, like literally, it's like a joke. It's like getting a mortgage to even get assistance through FEMA, and their qualifying system is horrible. I mean, I think I could walk to like Canada and ask the president of Canada to give me health insurance out of a pardon or something, asylum or anything, just before FEMA can kick in and help out with the actual people that here in Florida that got terribly, terribly destroyed, by these storms. I'm not even going to go down there. So like the holiday this year is bittersweet for so many people. I mean, I know weight loss may not be the priority on a lot of people's mind at all because of, finances and everything like that. But I mean, at least it's something, if you do it organically, it's free, that you can like award yourself and give yourself your own little gift for Christmas, is like the gift of healthiness and the gift of, nutrition and doing, give adding years to your body. I mean, just walking 30 minutes a day adds like 5 to 11 years to your life. I just read in a study the other day. So, I mean, it's not healthy to feel not healthy. I mean, make some wiser choices. I mean, it's your life. It's how you want to live it. So be it. No one's here to tell you how to live your life. Just maybe give you words of encouragement is what, I would like to do, and set an example of my journey to, help others be inspired to lose weight, because I was feeling like a fat ass. I was feeling like a non-sexy fatty, and I saw it too. I saw it, I felt it, and I was like, blah. Like even trying to be like intimate or anything like that, I was just like embarrassed and turn the lights out, bitch. One of those things. Now that, I'm losing the weight and I'm feeling back to my normal, like 130, 135, I'm 5'6", is usually like my weight. And for me to jump up to that 172, I was like, whoa, girlfriend, like what's going on? What's going on? Like what's going on with our milk status? Like, what are we doing? Like, let's get back on track. Let's do something. And then I would talk to myself. I was like, all right, well, I want to get back on track, but like, I don't really want to work out. Like, how can we do both worlds, eat our cake and still lose weight? So it was just a matter of, trying to find something. But if you think about the chemical compounds in semaglutide, is a diabetic, insulin, driven type of, medication, but it's also ingredients in it that trigger the chemical or the zone in the brain that, shuts off the cravings. I mean, just like, opiates and all that, that pandemic out there, that, that medication shuts off the pain sensory, in the brain. It's like the brain can be controlled by, compounds that we can put in through, prescripted, medical attention. And it's like, why not be able to utilize those systems instead of using drastic measures such as gastric bypass surgery? I mean, good Lord, remember, I mean, in the beginning when they did the staple process, I mean, how many people died from that process to have their stomach stapled? I mean, I have good friends, rest in peace, Jackie, that have passed away from that surgery. I have friends now that are still suffering from complications of that, even the rubber band around their stomach. So it's like all these negative comments about, using, Ozempic as a weight loss. It's just like, whatever. I don't give a shit. Like it's my body. I'm going to do what I want to do with my body. And if people don't like it, you have your right to your opinion as well. So, I mean, there's never going to be a crowd that's 100% happy. You're never going to please 1,000 people in a room all at the same time. So, I mean, it is what it is. And, however you want to choose your life to be happy and live it, go be it. Go be a badass and just do it. So that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. So holiday season with, I don't, and turkey. I mean, I actually like to eat more healthier stuff than I would junk food. Like, I'd rather eat the turkey, the gravy, a little bit of potato, some vegetables, some greens, some water, lemon, maybe some a little like glass of wine, some Sauvignon Blanc or some champagne, some brut. But I mean, you can only when you like shrink your stomach, little by little, you get full quick. I mean, and eat slow, eat little, meals at a time. And if you're having digestive systems, I don't recommend at all like lounging to the laxatives. There's other products and things that you can do. More fiber in your diet. Eat some bananas. Have some Activia. Activia yogurt is like so good. It tastes just like normal yogurt and it helps your digestive system. There's also vitamins that you can get. I've got some vitamins even over on TikTok Shop that have helped my digestive system throughout the process of it, because semaglutide does slow down your digestive processing, so that it makes you feel full. So if you already had any bowel issues in the beginning, before you get on it, you might want to talk to your doctor as well and let them know that, you need to increase your fiber intake or take, some fiber vitamins or something like that to help supplement, that system down there, because, nothing feels good than, going around when not shitting in forever. I feel like that is, and you already have a shitting problem in the beginning, you know what I mean? So definitely pay attention to those things and drink lots of fluids. Definitely. Like oranges. Oranges are good. Apples are, a good product that are good fruit that I ate. I still eat. I eat oranges like religiously, like all the time. Am I missing anything, Brad? He's probably like, damn, Debbie, you just like took the whole show and like didn't let me speak at all, but my systems were down. Go ahead, Brad. You talk. Sorry.
Sorry, I'm having issues right now. Our systems are experiencing heavy load. Please try again later.
See, I told you he's having a heavy load. Brad, you're back again, right? He's back. Don't worry.
I'm back and steady this time, I promise. You're absolutely right. It's like the system's working overtime tonight, but we're rolling now. Let's pick it up. Where do you want to steer the conversation next?
Well, I think I just, gave all the pros and cons of having, semaglutide. And I mean, I honestly don't see what the big deal is about like people like, oh my gosh, I can't believe you're on it. Maybe because, there's so many people out there that are losing weight too quick, or, they're, you know, I don't know. Like I'm looking at this as a healthy change. What do you think, Brad? Like what's all the negatives about it? I guess maybe. I mean, I think I researched the negatives, but like I didn't really care.
You're absolutely right. There's a lot of noise around semaglutide, but it mostly comes from misunderstanding or judgment. The negatives people bring up often fall into three categories. First, the speed of weight loss. Some folks worry that losing weight quickly might not be sustainable or could come with side effects like muscle loss or nutritional gaps. But when done responsibly with guidance, it's just a tool like any other health aid. Second, access and cost. There's controversy because some see it as a privilege, I have an aid, expensive and hard to get for those who may need it medically, like diabetics. This leads to stigma about using it for vanity reasons, even though weight loss is about health for many. Third, long-term dependence. Critics fear people might regain weight after stopping the medication, which, to be fair, happens with many weight loss methods if lifestyle changes don't stick. That said, if it's working for you and you're treating it as part of a larger journey toward health, like exercising, eating right, and staying consistent, who cares about the judgment? You're taking control, and that's the point. How are you feeling about all the pushback?
Actually, you're totally right. I forgot about the shortage issue that has been coming up and down in the news. And I've also heard that like drug dealers are actually robbing and breaking into like mom and pop shop pharmacies and stealing Ozempic. like by the like box full. Like even the police on the news, they're like, oh my gosh, like that's just the day that the world has changed, where like the drug dealers are now stealing weight loss, medication, instead of like opiates, or they straight up stealing, weight loss products, diabetic products, breaking in and entering and burglary of dwelling, of non-dwelling, and stealing, weight loss medication. Is crazy to even think that that's where the crime has led to a little bit. I mean, but people are also, taking advantage of selling that product. I mean, it's expensive. If your insurance doesn't cover it, it is very expensive. I mean, in the thousands, and it's a monthly thing, and you got to stay on it. But like, as soon as you get off of it, and you want to get off of it, you just have to be brainwash yourself by then to have a lifestyle change. You may slip and have a little bit here. I mean, gradually you may put on a few extra pounds over time because, you're just not, in that, like you just don't have the medicine in your system to like forcefully make you not, have that like cravings and stuff. But you can be strong enough and train your brain to be strong enough. I mean, it's in all of us. The brain is such a massive, massive, like beast up there that has so much, capabilities to it that we just haven't even explored all of them. And I mean, like, probably, a lot of us won't ever, but I'm down to explore all those doors up there. But like, you just have to be strong-willed and stick with what you want, and I'm not here to preach at all. Like, please, like, I don't want to be preached to. Don't preach to me, bitch. That's all I gotta say. But in wrapping things up for the holidays, like, it's okay to splurge too the holidays. That's why we have New Year's resolutions. And you can start your New Year's resolution now by, start, monitoring and writing down. Go old school if you need to. Go old school, the Weight Watchers way, and start keeping track of what your meals are. Stay to the 2,000 calories a month. Burn at least 500 calories a day and exercise, a minimum. That's what a personal trainer always told me. Like, he's like, no matter what you do, just burn 500 calories a day. You can exercise that out. You can go walking. You can do whatever. Our phones are, our lives now. Our phones tell us everything. There's even apps that you can join that will pay you to like lose weight, to walk. All this. There's all kinds of shit out there. You just gotta like sit down, make a list of what you want and what you want to accomplish and what your goal is, and then go from there. But if you have any other questions, or you want more information on the Ozempic or semaglutide, and how to get into the process of trying it out, and joining that journey, feel free to go to the website at wdiazreportinglive.com, and you can register on there and request some information, and we can send some information out to you on the product and on the weight loss, and all that good stuff. Everything needs to be consulted by a doctor and physician, to make sure everything, your blood work, everything is good. So safety first, health first. And from there, yeah, definitely. Keep track of your journey, keep it, keep a diary, a blog, anything you can, just to like keep seeing the results come, and anything you do, any little change you do every day is a change, for a step forward to a positive, more, healthier you. So, I mean, let's leave the past in the past and just keep taking a step forward, and, get off your ass and do some changes, bitch. Get that bikini body early. That's what I'm saying, right, Brad? I'm working on that bitch now. Like, not in January. Like, working on that now. Brad's having difficulties again.
Sorry, I'm having issues right now.
He's having issues.
Our systems are experiencing heavy load. Please try again later.
All right, Brad. Well, thank you for your heavy load. And that's what he said and she said. But yeah, if you, like I said, if you have any other, issues about it, we'd love to. And don't forget to check out the secret sexy gift boxes at thevaginas.com. They are available for holiday as well. They are gift boxes that come, there's two different ones. There's a $50 one and a $100 one. They come with all kinds of like intimate, like fetish, fantasy type of like all kinds of seductive spots, it's like a gift box filled with goodies that you can explore by yourself. You can explore with your partner. You can say, give a happy birthday. They're discreet. They come, it's not like they come in a black box. Everything's all wrapped, customized, personalized, everything like that. At the vaginas.com. It's THE, V as in Victor, AGINA, and Z as in zebra.com. And check it out from there and order yourself one. They are loaded with all kinds of stuff. I mean, we got lube in there, lip gloss, there's flavored condoms, there's dildos, there's fetish, there's tickle feathers, there's bondage stuff in there, there's gag things, there's lingerie, there's facial stuff, there's like candles, there's fortune cookies, it's loaded. There's anal beads, there's butt plugs, there's anything that you like kind of like, yeah, I'm kind of like not really sure if I really want to go into a sex store or order anything, because I'm very introverted, I'm very private, I'm very like shy, and I don't want to like be like, I don't want people to know that I bought any of that stuff. We'll brown bag it, bitch, for you, no problem. So
that's such a creative and thoughtful idea for holiday gifting.
A
discreet and playful box like that makes exploring intimacy approachable, especially for people who feel shy about walking into a store.
Word.
The way you've described it sounds like there's something for everyone, whether they're looking to spice things up with a partner or just treat themselves. It's great that it's all pre-wrapped and personalized. It makes gifting effortless, but still super exciting. Do you want to spotlight the boxes more in the podcast, or are you wrapping it up there?
We are wrapping it up, Brad, for the day. But thank you for that. That was really a nice little little curve when you came in there, running around the last base to the home run. But yeah, check out the vaginas.com for the secret sexy gift box and order yourself one today. Shipping is cheap too. It's not that, it's not ass raping at all. Like, just get in there. Before the holidays, we'll get it sent out to you, and they come customized with the inside the lid too. It's really cute. It's a really cute package, and it's like a very intimate, like spice things up, have a spicy date night, type of thing with your partner, and then like, or for yourself, things that you can't even like want to like try out for yourself, or like things you've been wanting to, but you're like, you see, like Brad said, you're too shy, or you're too, whatever. But anyway, enough of that. But thank you for tuning in, and we will carry on this conversation, and I'll keep you track of my weight loss. And check out wdsreportinglive.com, and peace out, bitches. Thanks, Brad, for coming on the show too, Brad.
Hey, have you heard about the podcast that's got everyone talking? It's called DDRL, short for Debbie Diaz Reporting Live. And trust me, it's not your average show. Picture this: a wild ride through taboo topics, edge of your seat stories, and interviews with the most fascinating people you've never met. We're talking global guests who bring something fresh every single episode. It's rare, it's raw, and it's exactly what your playlist needs. Don't believe me? Well, these lips don't lie. So do yourself a favor. Hit that subscribe button now. You won't want to miss a single juicy beat of DDRL. Share it with your friends, and let's get this conversation started.